Hi, I'm Erin. Thank you so much for joining me today for this 45-minute hold and flow yoga class. So after our warm-up, we're going to get into our postures. We're going to hold them for a minute. And this gives us an opportunity just to develop strength and stability, find a little bit of stillness in the posture, and then we'll start adding on. So we'll flow the postures that we've done together, and then we'll just continue to add on and then hold the new posture. So the breath is going to be foundational here. When we hold the posture, we get an opportunity to really calm and steady the mind too, and find that one-pointed focus. So I hope you enjoy this class. We'll just go ahead and start in a seated position. We're going to take 5 breaths here. So find a nice long spine, roll the shoulders away from the ears, maybe close down the eyes. Inhale deeply. Nice long exhale. And of course, this is at your pace. So inhale. And exhale. See if we can start to move the breath into a nice, long, slow, steady rhythm. Inhale. Complete this exhale. Gentle opening of the eyes. Inhale, both arms up overhead. And warm up the spine in all directions. So exhale to the right. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand, right knee. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left, right hand to left knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale to expand the chest, press the fists down toward the floor. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, pressing the palms together, reaching up and over the back of the head. Inhale, come all the way back up. Release the hands, exhale, tabletop position. Inhale, finding cow pose, release belly down, lift through crown of head and tailbone. Exhale, rounding to cat. 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, press up and back, downward facing dog. We're gonna hold downward facing dog here for 1 minute. So we'll find our points of alignment first, pressing the heels down toward the mat. It's okay if they don't touch. Working the outer edges of each foot parallel to the sides of the mat. So without moving the heels, we just kind of energetically press them outwards. So we're really active in the legs, tightening up and strengthening through the quadriceps. It's okay if the knees are bent. We're working towards straight legs. Just come to that comfortable edge of the stretch. Neck is nice and long. We're looking back toward the toes. Hands are at shoulder distance or slightly wider than shoulder distance, palms pressing into the earth. Just a little energetic clawing of the mat with the fingertips. Rotating biceps toward the ears, broadening through upper back. Breathing deeply. Looking toward the front of the mat, walking the feet toward the hands. Coming into ragdoll, feet at hip distance apart, bend the knees, opposite hand, opposite elbow, let the head dangle. You can find movement here. Swaying side to side, bending and straightening one leg at a time, or you can find stillness. One more breath here. Heel toe the feet together. Keep a little bit of space between the heels. Big toes touch. Working the legs a little bit closer to straight. Inhale, come up to a halfway lift. Hands on the floor, shins or thighs, or fingertips reaching toward the floor. Take one more inhale here. In monkey pose, you can hear the monkeys. They're right over my head. Got a little family of howler monkeys over my head. Inhale, let's rise up to tall mountain. Reach the arms up overhead, maybe look toward the fingertips, spiral the pinky fingers in. Hi, monkeys, and exhale, forward fold. Come down with a flat back, hinging at the hips, reaching through the fingertips, forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise high, tall mountain. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Last time through this short series, breath to movement. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower down onto the mat. Shift forward onto the toes, elbows stay in. Draw the belly button back toward the spine, nice tight core. Tops of the feet flat to the floor, 3 rolling cobras. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Elbows stay in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes under, tabletop or plank. Inhale, press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna do 5 rounds. Sun salutations just to warm the body, connect the breath to the movement, and then we'll start holding our poses. So look forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, step or float. Exhale, forward fold. Tall mountain, inhale. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Monkey, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, step or float back. You can lower halfway or all the way down onto the mat. Your inhale is cobra pose or upward facing dog. Flip over onto the tops of the feet. Lift, keep the hips off the floor for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That's 1. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, step or float. Forward fold on the exhale. Rise high, tall mountain, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. This will be at your own pace with your own breath. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale, that's 2. But we do want to start to work the body, get the blood pumping. Complete your exhale here. Inhale, step or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Tall mountain, inhale, rise high. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Monkey, inhale. Step or float back, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. That's 3. Inhale. Exhale. Step or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Rise high, tall mountain, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Monkey, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale, that's 4. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Step or float forward. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Rise high, tall mountain, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Monkey inhale. Chaturanga exhale. Upward facing dog inhale. Downward facing dog exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Rise up, crescent lunge, inhale. Hold it for 1 minute. Sink down into the front leg till we find a 90-degree angle. Lower the shoulders away from the ears. Lift through the fingertips. Get the wrists right over the shoulders, right over the hips. Draw the tailbone down toward the floor. And then press that back leg towards straight. Heel stays lifted. Breathe. Find that one pointed focus. Steady the breath, steady the breathing, steady the mind. Make any adjustments you need to so the pose feels challenging but comfortable enough. Should not feel any tweaking or numbness or anything weird like that. Last inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, step back plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Rise up, crescent lunge. Same points of alignment here. Sink low into that front leg, working toward 90 degrees. Knee doesn't jut out past the ankle. Lower the shoulders away from the ears. Slight spiral of the pinky fingers in, broadening through the upper back. Breathe steady. Find one place to focus the gaze. Energetically squeeze your inner thighs together, hug into the midline. Find a more powerful stance that way. Continue to sink into that front knee, straighten through that back leg. If you ever need to take a break from the pose, just back off and come right back to it. And release, hands to the mat. Step back plank, lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Adding on. Inhale, right leg high. So we'll just flow. Exhale, low lunge. And then we'll hold. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Hold here for 1 minute. Draw the tailbone down toward the floor. Lunge deeply into the front leg. 90 degrees is what we're working toward. Being mindful that the knee doesn't jut past the ankle. Draw the knee toward the pinky toe, tightening up through the glute and the hip, opening through the inner thigh. Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears, being mindful not to hunch up. Check in with the back arm, make sure that it's parallel to the mat. We're working toward a straight back leg, pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. The outer and the back arch starts to lift off the floor. See if you can find stillness for these last few breaths. release. Hands to the mat, heel lifts, step back plank, lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg lifts, exhale, low lunge, step through, flow through crescent, inhale, rise up, exhale, warrior two. Same points of alignment on this side. So open through the shoulders and the hips, lower the shoulders away from the ears. Sink low into that front leg, draw the knee toward the pinky toe. Press into the outer edge of that back leg. Working toward a straight back leg and 90 degrees in the front. Energetically reaching through the fingertips, palms face down. Steady the gaze, steady the breath, steady the mind. Once we find our alignment in the pose, see if we can find some stillness here. Just feeling the breath flow. And release. Hands to the floor, heel lifts, step back plank, lower chaturanga, upward facing dog, inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts, exhale, low lunge. Okay, flowing through these two postures. Now inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, we're gonna come into reverse triangle for a transition. So straighten through the front leg. Left hand's gonna slide down that back leg. Just stretch through the right side of the body. Just setting up for Trikonasana, triangle pose. I'm gonna bring that right arm forward. Find a nice long reach. And then release right fingertips to the shin, a block, or to the floor. Left arm reaches up. Gaze can be at the floor, the wall, or the ceiling. And again, we're working toward a straight leg, but if the knee is bent, that's fine. If the hand is on the floor, be mindful that we're not collapsing into the hand. This is not working the body at all. This is working the body. Head is in line with the spine. One long line from the crown of the head back through the tailbone. Arms are parallel with one another. And release, back to low lunge. Left hand comes to the floor. Back heel lifts, step back plank. Exhale, chaturanga. This is, of course, always optional. You want to skip these, stay out of your arms and shoulders and just go back to down dog. That's perfectly fine. Left leg inhale. Other side, so we're flowing those couple postures first. Step through low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Just for a transition, reverse triangle. Straighten the leg and stretch. Reach up and back. And then Trikonasana. Reach that left arm forward and then release that left hand to the left shin, block, or the floor. We're working that front leg towards straight, but if it's bent, that's fine. Two arms in one line. Drawing that tailbone down and in. Working toward a straight back leg, head in line with the spine. Gaze anywhere that's comfortable. As soon as we lift the gaze off the floor, we challenge our balance a little more. Nice deep, steady breathing. If we do have the hand on the shin or the ankle or the foot, be mindful not to put too much weight. You don't want to put pressure into your knee. Okay, so it's just resting there. And release. Back heel lifts off the floor, come into a low lunge. Step back plank, lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg lifts, inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Rise up crescent, so we're flowing now. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale here, and then exhale, bring the left hand to the floor. We can get a little arm strengthening here. We're gonna hold side plank. So we're gonna come right foot to the left, right arm reaches up. Okay, so we have lots of options. You can take that right foot to the floor, take the left knee to the floor. You can stack the feet, you can stagger the feet. If you wanna up level, you can lift that right foot off the floor. Continue to lift through that right hip. Soft, soft bend in the left elbow. We don't want to hyperextend or put too much pressure. It's really, really humid here, so I'm dripping a little bit of sweat. Looking up at the monkeys above me. They're staring at me. This is a hard one to hold for this long. So I know I'm shaking. Gonna, again, always make any modifications necessary. You can come out of it, come back in. We're almost there though. And release back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Wow, feel the difference between your left arm and your right. I know I can. Let's take it on the other side. So flowing first, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Slowly rise up crescent. Warrior two on the exhale. Reverse triangle on the inhale. Triangle on the exhale. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, right hand to the floor, and step that left foot back. So working to keep the head in line with the spine. Gaze at the floor, wall, or ceiling, challenging our balance if we look up like that. Okay, and remember modifications are right knee to the floor, left foot to the floor, stagger the feet, stack the feet if you want to up level, lift the left foot off the right. Soft bend in the elbow, continue to extend through the crown of the head, hold and breathe. Almost there. Last inhale. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Come on to the knees. Cross over the ankles. We're gonna come into boat pose. We'll hold it for a full minute. So lift the feet off the floor. Lift the arms, bring them parallel to the mat. Legs can be at 90 degrees. You can straighten the legs. Keep the chest lifted, gazing toward the toes. course, another modification is to hold onto the backs of the legs. You can always come onto the elbows. Just want to work the core here. Keep the breath steady. Last couple seconds. Keep lifting that chest, lowering the shoulders. And release. Come through chaturanga if you choose, or we'll come back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Back to our flow and adding on. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Rise up, crescent lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse triangle, inhale. Triangle, exhale. Inhale, triangle. Exhale, left hand to the floor. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look toward the hands, step or float forward, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, feet together or hip distance apart. Inhale, chair pose. Take the weight back into the heels so we can wiggle the toes. Keep the chest lifted, variations, hands to the heart, arms straight out. And again, feet either big toes touching little sliver between the heels or hip distance apart. When we look down at the toes, we should be able to see the toes, so knees aren't coming forward, they're coming back. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Should be feeling it in the hips and legs. Strong, steady breath. Keep the gaze focused. Try and relax the mind. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. That's not an easy one to relax the mind in. Monkey. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's take it on the other side, flowing first. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, your choice. You can take chair pose again, or you can take crow pose, trying to hold it for a minute. If you need to come down, just come right back into it. Bringing the knees high to the backs of the arms. Toes and heels to touch. Keep the gaze steady. Fall out, just come back into it when you're ready. If you need to come out and give your wrists a little break or a little circle. Just quick check where we are, almost there. Release. Step or float back through chaturanga. Down, up dog, and then back to downward facing dog. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge, back to our flow. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. So on our exhale, we're gonna take a balance. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So now we're gonna be challenging that standing leg, holding here for a minute. So working our points of alignment, we want that heel right behind the toe, toes. We're working the hips towards stacked, shoulders towards stacked, and two arms in one line. If you're able to peek back towards your toes, you want to have your toes so that you can see them. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. So in other words, if your leg is way back here, you won't be able to see your toes. So draw them forward. And then your toes are pointing straight forward, so they're not pointing up or down. Keep the head in line with the spine. Right leg is tightly engaged. Working that quadricep. And release, low lunge. Left hand is to the floor. We're going to step back side plank. Inhale, chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale, and right to the other side. Left leg, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. I'm just mixing it up here. Our exhale is half moon, stepping onto the left leg, lifting that right leg off the floor. So make sure that the left heel is right behind the left toes. And then we roll that right hip open so the two hips are stacked. Two shoulders are stacked, and then the right arm reaches up toward the sky. Peek back, maybe see those big toes pointing straight forward. Again, not up toward the sky or down toward the mat. We up level by lifting that left hand off the mat, maybe onto the shin, or taking the gaze toward the right fingertips. If we fall out of it, just come right back in. You're almost there. And release back to low lunge, step back, and then we'll take our side plank. So left foot steps back, left arm reaches up, inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg lifts, inhale. Low lunge, step through, exhale. Back to our flow. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, five-pointed star just for transition. Exhale, prayer squat. Hands to heart, hold here. Lower the shoulders away from the ears. Draw that tailbone down toward the mat. And then draw the knees open toward pinky toes. Keep the gaze steady, breath flowing. If the mind starts acting up, just steady the breath. Bring your attention to the strength you're building in your body. Almost there. And inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2. Stay low in that leg. Inhale, reverse warrior, just a transition here. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right to the other side, inhale. Left leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise up crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, 5-pointed star. And just a transition. Exhale, or just a flow, prayer squat. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, Prasarita, Padottanasana. Heels come in, out, toes come in, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Okay, again, lots of options here. We can lengthen the stance, working the head closer to the floor. If the head is already touching the floor, shorten the stance. This gives us more room to lengthen the spine. Hands can be right underneath the shoulders, drawing the elbows back and pressing into the hands. We can take hands to the outsides of the ankles and then draw the elbows out. You can always take chest expansion if you want. You can just let the arms rest. It's kind of like a ragdoll position. So whatever arm variation you've chosen, and there's more. You can take peace fingers around big toes. Whatever arm variation you've chosen, let the neck be long. Okay, so be mindful not to crunch up in the shoulders. Maybe close the eyes. Stay engaged through the quadriceps, lengthening through the hamstrings. If your standing straddle splits has bent knees, that's fine. We're just working them toward the straight position. It takes time to build that flexibility. Very slowly rise back to 5-pointed star. We'll take those toes back out at an angle. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stay low in that front leg. Exhale, low lunge. We'll take our side plank. Inhale, step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Cross over the ankles, come down onto the back. Bring the heels toward the hips, hips toward the heels. We're gonna take bridge or wheel for 1 minute, your choice, and you can even take a combo. I'll cue you halfway through if you wanna mix it up. So inhale, lift the hips off the floor for bridge. Okay, options here, you can take chest expansion Hands below the hips, rolling onto the outer edges of the shoulders. Feet, ankles are right underneath the knees, and the feet and knees are in line with the hips. So we're halfway there. You can stay in bridge for the next half minute, or you can come into wheel, or if you're already in wheel, just stay in wheel for another half minute. Slowly lower down. Let the knees rest toward one another. Take a nice deep breath here. Very slowly and mindfully draw the knees in toward the chest. And then either with the feet lifted off the mat or the feet placed on the mat, we'll release the knees to the right and gaze to the left. Back towards center with feet on or off the ground. Release the knees to the left. Gaze to the right. Draw the knees back towards center. Option to separate knees and feet for happy baby. Just massage the spine. Draw knees back in toward the chest. And release towards Shavasana, extending the legs long, letting the feet fall open. Palms face up, closing down the eyes. Just do a quick scan of the body. Wiggle around, move, release any tension, any fidgetiness, if that's a word. And then we're just working toward a place of stillness. You can start to let go of the breath and come back to the natural rhythm, relaxing through the jaw and forehead. Please stay in Shavasana as long as you have time for. Close your practice in a slow, mindful way. There's no reason to rush out of Shavasana. When you're ready though, you'll make your way to seated, nice and slow, and just take a moment to acknowledge your practice. Acknowledge your hard work, acknowledge the time you took to make it to your mat, to breathe, to focus, to build strength and flexibility in the body and in the mind. And again, you'll just close with a blessing, namaste, hands to heart, folding in, bowing down.